Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fluent in Life. I have a question for you. Have you ever tried to learn a new skill, a new language, something you wanted to learn how to do, and caught yourself thinking, maybe I'm just not built for this? If the answer is yes, you're at the right place because today we're talking about the most important tool in your kit, mindset. Specifically, we're diving into the groundbreaking work of Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck and her book, Mindset. If you asked me what are my top 3 favorite books ever, this one is definitely in top 3. So today we'll be going through the difference between the fixed and the growth mindset, and I'll show you how to start implementing this new habit of thinking through a growth mindset lens about your life and how you handle setbacks and failure. And if you haven't watched my previous video about failure, you should. So let's get fluent in mindset today. So at its core of the book and Dr. Dweck's research, she found that success stems not from ability only, but from whether we see our talent as something static or fluid. The fixed mindset is the belief that your intelligence, capacity, ability, personality, and talent are carved in stone. You either have it or you don't have it, and that's it. In this mindset, effort is a bad thing because it means that you aren't naturally good. And a growth mindset is the belief that your basic skills and abilities are things you can cultivate through effort, strategies, and help from others, meaning that everyone can change and grow through application and experience. So let's look at the 4 key areas to see how these 2 different mindsets show up in your life. One is about challenges. So someone who has a fixed mindset doesn't want to accept any challenge because they want to protect this persona, this identity of looking smart and knowing everything. So they stay safe. And growth mindset people embrace challenges as an opportunity to grow and improve. Second is obstacles. Fixed mindset gives up. When things get tough or hard or difficult, the fixed mindset gives up thinking, oh, maybe I'm just not built this way. And the growth mindset persists and it sees the detour as part of the process. Third is criticism. Fixed mindset sees criticism as a personal attack. Again, remember this idea of protecting your persona, that you are, smart and you know everything and you don't want anyone to challenge that. But if you have a growth mindset, feedback is free data for you to keep improving. Fourth example is with the success of others. So if you feel threatened with someone else's success, this is the fixed mindset speaking. Because growth mindset finds inspiration and lessons in other people's wins. So if you think you have the fixed mindset, I want to offer you 3 tips you can start implementing today to start shifting into the growth mindset idea. And again, remember, it's like training a muscle. It's not a switch. It's not a light switch that you turn on and off. It's a gradual transformation of your thinking. Okay, so how do we apply this? Number 1, the power of yet. So if you're learning a language and you feel frustrated in your learning process because you can't remember some words or grammar is hard, etc., you don't say, I don't speak Italian. You say, I don't speak Italian yet. So you see this as a fun challenge and you approach it from a place of curiosity. This gives your brain a signal that this is an ongoing process that has not finished. Number 2, focus on the process, not the label. It's very important to praise effort and strategy instead of calling someone or your kids or yourself or your friends, you're so talented, you're this, you're that. That's great. It does motivate some people to hear that. But if we focus instead on some specific things that that person did to reach that goal, this is how you encourage the growth mindset. So instead of, oh, you're such a genius, you came up with this solution, you say, I really like the solution that you came up with. Or you say, I really like that even though you didn't finish this exercise, you did your best and you tried to understand the concept. You praise the effort here, not the label. And 3, failure, my favorite. Think of a recent mistake or something you messed up. In a fixed mindset, you feel shame. So let's flip this. You can ask yourself, what is something that I learned in this situation that I didn't know about yesterday? Remember that there's no failure, there's feedback. We use feedback as data to improve the process. So again, remember that this is you training this new muscle of growth mindset. And you will still have the fixed mindset moments. The goal here is to recognize it and shift your attention. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Carol Dweck's work, hit that like button. And I want to hear from you in the comments. What is something that you're not good at yet? And remember to subscribe to Fluent in Life for more tools on mindset, culture, and living your best life. See you next time.